If you want to make your mixes pop or control any sound, compression is your best friend. As it is the most often used mixing effect, it is important to know how to use it to not do any damage to your sound. In this video, I will show you some common compression mistakes and how to avoid them. Let's divide them into two main categories, which are source signal issues and mistakes made within the compressor. When you compress a bad sounding track, it accentuates its worst qualities. Take for example this guitar melody. As I compress it, more clicks and noises will be brought to the forefront. Chances are sometimes you're looking for a dirty and raw sound like this, but the majority of times you want to have a cleanest sound possible to nail the compression. Before applying any processing, audition your track at solo to judge its quality. If it was recorded poorly, no amount of compression or processing can get it into a pro level sound. If you're mixing somebody else's projects and there is no option to re-record the offending track, the best option is to use cleaning tools, sample replacements, or audio to MIDI applications to replace them with virtual instruments. Other things to be aware of are low frequency mod and unwanted resonances. Both issues can cause unpredictable compressor behavior. The simplest way to get rid of low and rumble is to use low-cut filter. For bass-heavy instruments, it is better to start with minimum cutoff and gentle slope to not make your bass track sounding thin. Some compressor plugins, even the stock Ableton one, have a built-in sidechain feature, which lets you do this without applying any EQ at all. It helps a lot with mix bus processing to prevent kick and bass from triggering the compressor. Resonances, which are frequencies buildups, are causing less dynamics and headroom, but they can also make your compressor do all kinds of weird things. If you want to save a lot of time while removing them, try our Rezo plugin. By calculating and engaging targets, you can get rid of unwanted frequencies automatically. The final step to prepare your track for compression is using volume automation. Getting a healthy volume level before applying compressor is crucial to not abuse it. To not overdo it, make 1 to 2 dB boosts or cuts as a starting point. After that, you will be able to apply compression in a more natural way. Now, after preparing the source signal, let's jump right into compressor settings. Of all the parameters of a compressor, attack and release have a most significant effect to its behavior. Attack describes how fast compressor will react to the sound, while release can be translated to how long compression works. If your track sounds muffled or distant after applying compression, most likely you're compressing too many transients. Try dialing in the slower attack. That's also a secret to intelligible vocals and punchy drums. Another side effect of improper compressor settings is rhythmic pumping and breathing. Easy fix to that is setting both attack and release to medium times and then tweaking the release until it becomes inaudible or it pumps in a musical way. The most common mistake is overcompressing. That can easily be done by overloading threshold and wrong ratio. If your track sounds washed out and distorted, you likely have the compressor's ratio set too high. Few common ratio settings are 2:1, light compression, great for mix bus. 4:1, substantial compression. Good starting point if you're aiming for obviously compressed tracks. 10:1 and above. Commonly used for slamming and parallel compression, unless you use it with a very light threshold. As much as we love the sound of compression, slamming everything with it will affect a lifeless mix with zero dynamics. And speaking of compressors sound, different compressors have their own characteristics. Take for example gear like Distressor or Fairchild. They have the most characteristic sound, to the point that sometimes applying them without any gain reduction will introduce the signature sound. If you're aiming for transparency, any VCA or stock compressor will do the job. Those also have a wide range of parameters to adjust. The last tip is to try to use stereo compression. In that way, you can not only save yourself from overcompressing, but also get the best of both worlds when it comes to character and transparency. Hope those tips will help you to fix your problems with compression. If you learned something new, make sure to like and subscribe. And of course, check our other tutorials about mixing and mastering.